What's up with it? You watching the Bay Mama TV. And yeah, we about to check out this video from the YouTube channel The Urban Nair. And the title is KATT Williams back Nicki Minaj after she exposes Jay-Z and Cardi B evil plan. Yeah, man, that's a fool with it, man. He definitely been battling with Rock Nation. And yeah, man, it's somewhat evidence of them trying to sabotage her out. They had a dude like stalking and trolling her and stuff. But then to find out he was actually connected to Rock Nation. Then that one situation with Meg Thee Stallion when they snatched Nicki Minaj gig from her, you know what I mean? When it was in Queens, New York, though. She was excited for the gig. So yeah, man, I definitely think Nicki been somewhat getting attacked and stuff like that. But yeah, man, I haven't checked out the video. Don't completely know what they talking about, but let's check it out and see what they talking about.
Nicki Minaj and Cardi B are ready to unalive each other at this point, and if someone doesn't step in to stop this madness, someone is going to end up seriously hurt. If you thought their beef back in 2018 was the worst it could get, then baby, you're about to be gagging when you hear about their latest exchange. It got so bad that even KATT Williams had to step in. It turns out that the reason Nicki is losing her mind after the numbers for Cardi's album came out is because Jay-Z's Rock Nation are reportedly funding Cardi's career, so she'll take down Nicki. They tried to use Megan, and it didn't work. So the new investment is Cardi. At least that's what Nicki is claiming. The crazy thing is, Cardi's album didn't even outsell Nicki, so you'd think Nicki would be happy, but no, she's as pressed as ever and getting both her and her entire family dragged through the mud. So if you've been on the internet these past couple of days, then you already know Cardi and Nicki have been going at it since Billboard announced that Cardi's new album had debuted #1 with 200,000 copies sold in the first week. Interestingly enough, Nicki's Pink Friday 2 album actually sold way more than this in its first week and also debuted #1, so you'd think that she would be happy since Cardi wasn't able to beat her record despite huge discounts, multiple versions, and other desperate things she did to get that #1. But no, as the saying goes, misery loves company, and Nicki's miserable tail decided to jump online and turn the whole thing into one nasty back and forth for no reason. It's almost as if she's allergic to seeing other people happy. All a female rapier has to do is crack a smile, and that would be enough to have Nicki spiraling for weeks. As soon as the numbers dropped, she posted this AI photo of Cardi edited into Barney and said, A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Rap like Barney, you still ugly. This was a clear dig at Cardi, and she didn't waste any time getting on Twitter to clap back by dragging Nicki's creepy husband for allegedly essaying a 16-year-old girl and brother for essaying his 12-year-old stepdaughter. You must have missed me, huh? Now kiss my feet. Nothing more annoying than a bored bee. The power I have. Make these girls come out of rehab every time. Go to your room. Coke or Barbie. A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Your man have to snatch P. P tastes like honeycomb. Your bro be touching 12-year-olds. Initially, Cardi.
Wow, Cardi B went in, man. I ain't gonna lie, man. I think Nicki is questionable for dealing with the weirdos a little bit. But yeah, man, Cardi B went in,
Thought
man.
this was going to be their usual indirect jabs, but baby, Nicki was coming in hot and wanted all the smoke. She took this beef to hell when she decided to speak on Cardi's kids by calling them ugly monkeys. She first attacked Culture and then decided to drag all Cardi's kids, including the one she hadn't even given birth to yet. She accused Cardi of passing on STDs to her kids and supposedly working with Rock Nation to ruin her career. One thing Nicki will do is blame Jay-Z and Rock Nation for all her life problems. Is it really a Nicki rant if Jay-Z and Rock Nation aren't brought up at least once? Culture vulture, you ugly too. Culture, you are roach and a monkey, just like your sister. Coke B, please don't sniff with baby 4 or 5. Word to Carlos. Barney, dangerous.
Wow.
Barney, what up? Your sister can get that chest caved in if you are pregnant with another monkey or roach right now. She added, Lucian, Elliot, Rico, Nation, I promise you. Tell that Dizzy 304 to stand down. I promise you.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie, man. I heard something about them going back and forth again, but I didn't know it like went to this extent though, man. They like throwing low blows, man. They kind of cold.
Barney B had the whole label fly out to call to beg me to do a joint tour and album with her. I don't want to have to drop that recorded call. That's why all the sabotage on my tour. Drop the receipts, dumb girl. You're costing them millions with $4 album and $5 coupons. Since Nicki was now bringing kids into it, Cardi also brought her son into it, claiming that Papa Bear is currently enrolled in special ed because he's unable to talk at the age of 5. She also accused Nicki of running from one territory clinic to the other because she's able to have more kids. Oh, but she didn't end it there. She also claims that the reason Nicki is so obviously unhappy and mad at the world is because her father touched her when she was a kid. And nicer to suppress those feelings, she's been pumping herself with substances all day every day for the past 9 years. I said it back in 2018, and nobody believed me that you've been talking about my child since I was pregnant. You've been jealous of my child. I had never mentioned or talked about your kid. It's one thing to be jealous of me, but to be jealous of my kids is insane. You're jealous of my kids because they beautiful and smart, and that's why God punished you with having a slow kid. You hate your child because you wish you could brag on him and his milestones, but the only thing you can brag on is hair, you dummy. Papa Bear, I'm sorry you can't speak in banging spoons because your mom couldn't put down. I'm sorry your mom not even paying attention to you on your own birthday because she's such an obsessed and dark-spirited hating woman. I'm so sorry. And why you keep bringing up Rock Nation? I'm not signed to them, you delusional paranoid sniffing BF, that slow tail son that came out you were wishing so much negativity on me while I was pregnant, and look at your karma. Look what your rotten pee produced. Now he a whole 5-year-old tippy towing around the house and can't spell his name. Quiet as kept, the truth is you've been diagnosed with schizophrenia and bipolar for almost 9 years, and you also on heavy drugs, coke, perks, and Xanax. You don't listen to nobody around you. The only person that have the power is Kenneth Petty, but you know what happens with that Amex when you sedate it. Cardi
Man, I ain't gonna lie. This like went way too far, man. I ain't gonna lie. You know, they say words don't hurt, you know what I mean? But I ain't gonna lie, man. It's time to load up the car and pull up for real, though.
ended the beef by putting out this extremely shady, by very much needed letter to Nicki that read, "Dear Annika Tanya Mirage, you said out your own mouth that the lil girl in you haven't forgave your mother yet. And that's because your mom used to stay silent when your dad used to touch on you every time he did that crack pipe. I know you experienced a lot of trauma and drugs is not going to help you. You need to go to therapy now. I'm going to let you know this today. Your husband is not stopping you from your actions because he lets you do drugs all day to numb you so he can max out your credit card. You need to get help. Now, I'm not going to sit here and lie. Cardi ate Nicki all the way up right from the beginning till the end of this beef. But unlike what most people think, Nicki isn't just mashing out because she's jealous of Cardi. It's because there's an intentional industry effort to destroy her career. And as she has said herself many times, Jay-Z and Rock Nation are behind it. We witnessed them trying to use Meg to fulfill that agenda, but it didn't work. And now, according to Nicki, Cardi is the one being used. Now, of course,
I ain't gonna lie, man. I definitely remember them trying to use Meg to dethrone Nicki. Yeah, man. I guess Meg didn't have it then, I guess. But with them taking Nicki gig and giving it to Meg, man, they definitely were trying to replace Nicki with Meg for real.
Cardi denied this, but word on the street is folks behind the scenes believe Nicki is being blackballed to make way for Cardi. And guess what? Katt Williams allegedly believed this to be true too. Apparently, he and Nicki have been talking behind the scenes, and even though he isn't a fan of her public outburst, he gets exactly where she's coming from because he has also been blackballed before. This explains why Nicki revealed a while back that she wanted Katt to come on tour with her. At the time, people thought she was doing it to boost ticket sales, but it was because they actually had a relationship deeper than any of us thought.
I was told was that allegedly Jay-Z and Rock Nation is behind this. Jay-Z and Rock Nation has been after Nicki for a while, especially after she released that song Bigfoot. But even long before then, there had been beef, which I did not realize. So, from what I'm being told, Jay-Z was trying to get her arrested, but of course legally. That's why they waited till she was overseas to do this to her. Rock Nation wanted to make sure that when she got arrested or apprehended for whatever, because you know in the industry they can get you set up with all kinds of charges. All right. It said that they wanted to make sure her husband was not with her because her husband is her protection, which we know that. Rock Nation is looking to bankrupt Nicki.
Man.
And this is why there has been several stories planted about her being broke, going broke, or needing to constantly tour because she's supposed to be broke. This was absolute setup and sabotage. And if I was Nicki, I would fire my whole team. Fire the whole security team.
Them too. Man.
Get rid of them all. There is a mole. Because now that I think about it, Rock Nation got Meg. The only competition that Nicki has is mid. Let's keep it real. It ain't Lotto. It ain't Mocha Latte. What's the other rappers out here? There's nobody. It ain't Cardi. I know y'all wanted it to be Cardi. It ain't Cardi. She was absolutely set up. Also, Tory Lanez was supposed to sign to Roc Nation first, and the second option was Meg. See? But y'all remember when Tory Lanez's daddy said, "This is Roc Nation," we all thought he was crazy.
As usual, people had their thoughts, like this person who said, "Of course, Nicki is telling the truth. KATT is behind standing with her. She's telling the facts with truth." Another person said, "If she's willing to fight, let her fight. She's willing to stand up for herself when she feels she's wrong. You're either going to allow people to run over you, or you're going to fight even if it costs you your life." It's crazy how targeted she is. But now I want to know your thoughts. What do you think about Nicki accusing Jay-Z of trying to destroy her career? And do you think she's being paranoid, or these people are really trying to get here? Let me know your thoughts in the
Yeah, man, that's a fool with it, man. Yeah, man, I definitely think they trying to take Nicki out, man. And they ain't even bring up the reason why Jay-Z really started tripping on Nicki. Jigga really started tripping off Nicki when she realized her music was on Tidal and she wasn't getting paid for it. And she said something about it and threatened to sue them, you know what I mean? I believe Jay-Z sold Tidal and then they gave her like some little crazy amount, like $100,000 or something. I think the deal was like worth millions or something like that. So they had punked Nicki on that and she spoke out about that. So that's kind of like what a Roc Nation beef got started, you know what I mean? Just by Nicki speaking out about her screams and them playing her out of her money. So yeah, if I was her, I'd be tripping off my money too. Where my money at from these screams, you know what I mean? But yeah, man, I ain't gonna lie. This seems like this might go beyond words. They definitely on that female-ish, man. You know what I'm saying? For real, though. You know, the females, man, when they mad, they say the worstest things they can think of. And, man, it seems like they definitely working on the worst things they can say, man. For real, though, man. I think both of them kind of went too far with it and kind of out of line. I think they both probably should apologize to each other. Like, for real, though, man. Like, talking about each other kids, man, it just went too far, for real, though. And I ain't even the type of person that'll let words, like, affect me like that. But how far they taking it, though, man, I'll be ready to pull up, man. For real, though. We about to pull up to your house and knock on your door, man. You know what I mean? For real, though. But yeah, man, let me know what y'all think in the comments. Like, share, and subscribe. You watching the Big Bomber TV. Thanks for watching. Thanks for supporting. Until next time. All right.